Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool Conair reproduction telephone. Conair makes reproduction telephones, and you know, they make some pretty quality stuff, so this is a pretty cool telephone. And this is Guy's telephone from Florida, and he's got a note here. We've done work for Guy before, and he's got this telephone in the shop now, and he's talking about having problems with the numbers on this telephone, and this is the initial checkout. But we've started working on this telephone. What we did was we went through the keypad, and kind of don't want none of the numbers to spill out there, but we have cleaned everything on his keypad. So we've went through everything, and now we're down to the board. So what we're going to do with the board is I'm going to go ahead and clean the board. And what I want to do is I'm going to resolder this board. So I want to pull the telephone up a little bit, and I want to clean everything. We're going to clean it again. After I get done resoldering. But I want to make sure while I'm soldering here that we have clean points to solder at, because some of the solder on this board is no good. And I want to touch it up. Okay. I want to clean my soldering gun. Then we want to touch these points up here. Kind of look that over a little bit. Now we're going to clean it a little more. And we can do some checks now before we put it back together again to make sure that everything is working. So what we're going to do is I'll go ahead and place the keypad on. If you watch here, you'll watch the numbers go by. We'll do that one more time. I'm going to end in a 2. And I'm going to go ahead and transmit into the handset. 1, 2, 3. And if you watch that red light on the analyzer, you'll see 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll give you some dial tone. Now we've already been into the main PC board here and resoldered the ribbon cable back at the tone generator IC on the main PC board. So we know that this telephone is repaired now. We can go ahead and put it back together again. Now, a few things on these keypads. If you've never taken one apart, you probably don't want to, because what will happen is, if you're not real careful, there's a lot of buttons and pieces that can fall apart while you're trying to take it apart, and they'll just fall out. And these buttons go in a certain way, so if you're not careful and you don't put the buttons back in exactly the way they go, what will happen is it won't go back together right, or you'll get it back together and it won't work properly. So they all have to be aligned just exactly how they are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start putting this unit back together again like it belongs, and we're going to take a short break while I do that. But this gives you some idea of what's going to happen. We'll just put it all back together again. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we have finished up putting the dial board back into the body of the telephone. And I wanted to give you a look at the inside of one of these telephones. This is a Conair. If you've never seen the way that they're designed on the inside, this kind of gives you a little look at what they look like. And then you have to be careful here, because the hook switch, you have to take the linkage for the hook switch and make sure that it's not back and the hook switch is popped up. You don't want to put it back together like that. You want to make sure it's in this position when you put it back together again, or it won't work. So anyway, we've been through this board. We went ahead and resoldered everything on our dialing capabilities on this end on the main PC board. So that kind of gives you a little look at what they look like on the inside. Okay, now what we're going to do is go ahead and finish up putting the mounting screws back into the telephone here. And we'll show you some of these switches on the bottom. They got a P and T switch here, which is pulse and tone, and then they have a ringer on and off, so you can actually turn the ringer off on this telephone. So we want to make sure our switch is in the right position. I'll go ahead and plug the telephone in. We want to check our switch, and it does work. We'll wait for the next ring cycle and turn it back on. Give you some dial tone. Now what we can do is we can dial some of our numbers again, because we are going to be on our final checkout here. If you watch the analyzer, you'll see the numbers roll by. Pound, star. I'm going to end in a 2. Now, since it was a number issue that we were dealing with, I want to do that again. I'm going to end in a 2. I want to transmit into the handset again. That red light's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we know that this telephone is dialing out now properly, and we know it has transmit receive, the ring switch is working, and the ringer. So let's move it over to a regular line, and we'll go ahead and call like a time and temp number. I'm going to give you some dial tone.
Good afternoon. When you need body work, we're a short drive away. Offenburg Body Center, 234-0330. Today is Sunday, August 5th. The time is 1:58. Current temperature, 95 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast.
Mostly cloudy today, showers and thunderstorms likely, then partly cloudy in the afternoon, highs in the 90s. Cooler this evening, clear with lows in the 60s. Sunny on Monday, highs in the lower 90s.
Okay, now we can call one other number. We'll call my number and it'll be busy. And we'll call one other number.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
We know that this telephone is dialing out properly now, and we've been through the keypad, the keyboard. Now he should be okay with this telephone. Everything should be just fine for him, and we can get it back to him. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.